What's goody? It's your boy. I'm back with another banging video today. I got my boy with me.
He's the greatest.
So look, we've been checking out these Larry Bird stories, and I ain't gonna lie, he been going crazy from the trash talking to the comebacks to the revenge.
Man, he just did the revenge.
Yeah,
he just
definitely
got his revenge.
Definitely thought he got that revenge on. What was Benson? Benson was the dude name.
Yeah, Ken Benson.
He got some good revenge on him, and it was like after years. There was so many years later.
After a whole entire lifetime.
My boy hold a grudge.
The boy Bird been holding a grudge his entire life. Oh, I got this guy. He's guarding me. Oh, I got him. That boy.
Oh, I remember.
That boy Bird.
I left college messing with you.
Yeah, that boy Bird.
I'm about to get him.
That boy Bird a monster.
Hey, I be loving these stories. My boy that came in, now he have a love for the stories. So now I got somebody to check the stories out for me. That's even funner for me, yo. So with that being said, we just gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump into the video. You feel me? We got the best Larry Bird versus cocky instigator story ever told. That's crazy. That's a crazy title. I don't even know what to expect here. So we just gonna go ahead and we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna speak a little bit throughout. We're gonna speak after. Let's get it.
After being selected in the first round of the 1984 NBA draft, Kevin Willis played 21 seasons in the NBA, and standing at 7 feet tall, 245 pounds, he was an enforcer, an instigator, and sometimes an outright bully every year that he played.
We just had Sally and Willis bang one another. Now, Willis popped Sally right in the face.
And in Game 7 of the 1988 Eastern Conference semifinals, while playing for the Atlanta Hawks, he tried to bully his way through Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics.
It was a lot of banging. It was two referees at the time, so you could just go in and bang. They can't catch everything. You get busted in the mouth, you get elbowed in the chin, whatever it was, and sometimes you get caught, sometimes you don't.
Hey, no. See, hey, cuz, the old school game was so different. Think about what he just said, bro. They had two refs, one on this end, one on that end. Bro, they got like 6, 7, 8 refs out there now to catch everything. That's how much they would be able to miss. Elbow you in the eye. They'll hit you with a little
physical. It was real physical.
With a little shoulder. Ref ain't see that. Ref can't catch it. We got 2 refs, bro.
It was real physical back then.
That's how different it is. Yeah, it was real crazy. And like they say, bro, they knew that these refs couldn't catch everything. They knew if I'm at this angle, I'm right here on the court.
That boy Kevin Willis took advantage of that.
They take advantage of it.
Oh, he not gonna tell me nothing.
Nothing.
I'm about to push this man out of bounds.
That's one of the biggest differences. But I also do think, and I'd be putting that out there a lot, that the older players are probably a little tougher than our newer players. Like, and I could use Bron as a great example because any tap to him and he just want a foul, he want a flagrant. It's crazy work. But that's just, they was a lot tougher back then. That was my whole point. I just wanted to say that. I didn't even know they only had 2 refs, so that was just new news to me. That's crazy work. Let's jump back into it.
Side of Dennis Johnson's face. He is cut at the right eye as he comes out defensively.
They cut him.
But that's how we played. That was the Eastern Conference, and I loved it. I welcomed it, and they taught me a lot. And so I knew what referee can get away with stuff and what referees you can't do anything with.
Tommy, no love lost between Willis and McHale in this series.
It's been going on the whole series. A little contact here and there. You watch him right now, and here's some serious stuff going on as McHale held him, and then Willis just smacked him in the nose, and then back comes McHale, and they call the second one. You didn't see the first one. All you did was see the second one.
If you want to make a footprint in this game, you want to make a name for yourself. The physical part, that was great. Do it when you need it, but it's all mental. It was mental.
Unfortunately, Kevin Willis picked the wrong one to play mind games with, because at the end of the third quarter, with Larry Bird having a relatively quiet game up until that point, Kevin Willis did something to set Larry Bird off, and the ultimate instigator accidentally ignited one of the greatest fourth quarter performances of all time.
That fourth quarter, maybe the best fourth quarter as far as mano of all time.
In that series, Larry Bird and the Boston Celtics were facing the greatest Atlanta Hawks team in franchise history, led by the human highlight film Dominique Wilkins.
15 seconds. Here's Eddie Johnson. And what a spectacular dunk
he was spectacular. I mean, just spectacular.
Spectacular.
The dunks.
Crazy.
The explosions to the basket.
So we're playing. It's Neek's a rookie. He's coming in.
I might have to watch his highlights.
You know. I push C-Web. You know how you clear space. You get that rebound every day. You're not even worried about it. Because I push it and I go up to get it. And all of a sudden, man, there's just a force all over my shoulder. He grabs it. He dunks it. You know those short shorts? They were right here. I tell you right now. I mean, he threw that thing down, and I was like, "Oh my!" And Larry has the classic line. Larry goes,
"No, literally,
Larry's
it was
pretty.
right
Larry
there."
Got too excited. He goes,
By his short.
Better box that guy out, huh? I said, "Yeah." I suggest you put a body on him. That was one of the craziest things ever. I'd never seen a guy that high in my life. He just threw it down. Short shorts right here, huh?
Crazy,
right here, man.
High.
That was not. I still have nightmares about that, Smitty.
When I was young, basketball camps, kids nightmares. And then in the dunk tank, and I said every game by my teammate. You know. I don't know how many times I thought I was getting an offensive rebound.
He dug on dot.
And then all of a sudden this guy is jumping over me. You know, he had this saying, a lot of people can go to the top floor.
Every game he would get dunked on by this dude, right?
The penthouse.
No, that's reckless, bro. At Boston, every game I get dunked on at least once by my old teammate, bro. That's crazy. You gotta like anti-poster, bro. You a poster your own mans, bro. That's crazy, bro. Hey, I gotta watch his highlights. They just made me feel like he even more of a monster.
You know Dominique got some highlights. You know he got some highlights. Dominique Wilkins.
That's the funniest thing I ever heard in my life.
Doc Rivers trying to get the rebound.
Boy, see, he dunk on me like once a game, bro. I'm just trying to get a rebound. That's crazy, bro. And then they showed him dunking on him. That's what took the cake. They showed him dunking on Doc. Doc was like, ah. Let's get it, bro.
But when the series began, Larry Bird set the tone in Game 1 by dropping 24 points in the first quarter.
Back to Larry, looking for three. Got it.
Larry.
Inside Larry, pushed by Wilkins. Fall away, Bird. Yeah!
Say at the top, Bird will be ready.
24 in the first quarter, a new Garden record, the most points ever scored before in one quarter in a Boston Garden game.
Well, the whole series is crazy. Game 1 and 2,
crazy in the first quarter
by like a combined 80 points. Like they blew us out. I remember coming back from Game 3 to Atlanta, and the big article in Atlanta Journal was "Put a fork in them, we're done." You know, and then we win Game 3, and then win Game 4, go into Boston and win Game 5.
We won Game 5 in Boston. We was not supposed to win that game, you know, the critics say. So we knew going to Game 6, I said, man, we could advance and we can beat these guys.
And then the last play in Game 6, I am out
Dominique
on
good at his age.
And he was supposed to dribble handoff to either me or Dominique. Cliff looked at Dominique, and then Cliff went on his own and shot Cliff's right-handed. He shot a left-handed hook shot to end that game.
For Dominique Wilkins to begin with.
He had to let him know he's right-handed.
He's right-handed.
Livingston, no. Boston has won the game.
So
we blew an opportunity.
The whole
and
bag.
At the end of the game, we drew up a play, and it turned into a broken play. And Cliff Livingston went to basket left-hand running hook. I was mad because the play was supposed to come to me, and I'm like, "Woody, don't break the play, bro." And so we ended up losing that game. And
we had won, and we was waiting to play the winner of Atlanta-Boston.
Yeah,
they beat y'all Game 6 in Atlanta. Dumars and I on the phone because we watching the game and we taking notes. After y'all lost Game 6, Joe and I hung up. We said, all right, we playing Boston because they ain't going to win in Boston.
Thanks, Steve.
not with Bird over there.
And so I remember landing in Boston, and I remember this old lady at the airport, and I'm not exaggerating. She may have been 80. She walks up to me, "Hey, Rivers, you thought you wasn't coming back, didn't you?" I will never forget that. I wish I knew who that lady was.
After the
old
game,
NBA fans, young NBA fans, they all shapes and sizes.
Atlanta blew their opportunity. I'm guaranteeing a win in Boston.
Well, they had their chance.
It's over now.
You know, they had a big chance to beat us. I think now that we're going to come out and play like we did tonight, but we're going to be at home. And our shots are going to be dropping a little bit better, and we're going to be running a little bit faster. So I'd say Sunday's going to be a big win for the Celtics.
And we had to look at that, right?
Confidence.
Big headline. So I remember we get to Boston, and we walk out of the locker room, and I stopped. I said, we going to win this bleep game. I said, if you ain't ready to fight, you ain't ready to go to war, don't come out here. I said, whoever guarding me tonight going to have a long night.
Facts. I don't want no other energy.
He is off quickly here with 6 points.
I mean, every time I got to lane, there was Harris, there was Dennis in the lanes, there was Kevin McHale. So I had to get creative. But I felt like in that game, no matter what they threw at me, it didn't matter.
The offense for the Hawks.
The ball was ready. It didn't matter.
Wilkins from the perimeter.
That's winning the offense.
The mini looked crazy.
20 points for Dominique.
And during the first 3 quarters, everyone could see that Larry Bird didn't look like his normal dominating self.
So Bird has not taken charge, and perhaps age and father time starting to tell. Bird cuts free. Rims moving tightly on Johnson after he picks up his dribble. Against the double team, Bird is short again.
Throwing the double team at him and everything. They had him off his game for a little bit.
Doesn't get the roll. So the superstar who put the pressure squarely on his shoulders by guaranteeing a victory here for Boston in number 7, struggling in the opening period.
And when Kevin Willis saw a glimpse of weakness, he got way too cocky and decided that this was his chance to break Larry Bird's spirit. But instead of breaking Larry's spirit, all he did was wake up a sleeping giant.
You know, Bill, I was that guy who wanted to be physical, the enforcer on the team and all that. And I had to sort of try to protect Dominique. And so when Willis Reed became assistant coach, he got in my ear. Willis Reed said, man, listen, the physicality is great, but it's the mental side of the game I want you to start focusing on.
Never forget this. Kevin Willis, we would come down the court in the third quarter, and he reached over in Bird's chest.
So it was Kevin Willis, it was me and Larry. We run down the court, and Kevin reached across me, put his hands in Bird's chest. Reaches across me and puts his finger in Larry Bird's chest. Said, "Don't let this so-and-so score any more tonight."
Said, "Don't let this so-and-so score no more tonight."
Said, "Don't let this so-and-so score any more tonight." I'm like,
"Don't let this son of a gun score anymore."
Messed him up.
Bird's eyes got this big. I looked at Kevin, what are you doing?
And I looked at Kevin, I'm like, what the hell are you doing? You don't want to awaken a sleeping giant. He got 12 points. Don't wake him up.
And I looked at Kevin, what you doing?
Quiet 12. Quiet 12. Hard 12.
Leave him
sleep.
Let him stay asleep.
Bro, if coach told you play mind games, right? I like the physical aspect. I need you to play more mind games out there. You don't choose the top dog to play mind games with.
You go play mind games with the man that play mind games.
With the randoms.
Go pick a weekly.
Pick some weak Krillin ass niggas to play mind games with.
I got interested. I had to watch. I started watching. I got interested. That's crazy.
You would choose Bird. And then look, Bird wasn't even hooping. He had 12. He wasn't even in. It's like he was off his game. Bro, literally gonna wake this man up. Gonna wake a sleeping dragon for real. I don't even. That's the dumbest thing he could have did. That's crazy, bro. You practice your mind games on somebody else, anybody else.
Yeah,
like you're tripping. Let's get back into it. Yeah, that's crazy.
And he got hot. And the coach said, "Nick, go out there, stop." I'm like, "Stop him? He hot now. Forget that." That's the only thing I can do is try to match him bucket for bucket. And it was a shootout in the fourth quarter. It came down to the last shot.
Not so good at it.
Bird gets it in low on the turnaround against Wilson.
Lit up on the board.
So they displayed in the early moments. Bird is up with the shot.
What's wrong with him?
Mike Fratello might need an early timeout. Bird started out 2 of 7. He has hit his last.
That looks so familiar. Who be doing that? I think I be doing that. That's crazy.
I be doing it.
Listen, he was unbelievable, and he was so clutch. Meek was just as clutch that night. It's just that Larry in the fourth quarter was unstoppable.
Damn, Dominique was hitting too.
Bird cuts free, left hands it for the field goal that puts Mason Jones and the Celtics back on top, 101-99.
said Bird had 20 of his 34 in the fourth quarter. Dominique had 17 of his 47 in the fourth quarter, and they were going bucket for bucket down the stretch.
Oh, they was going at it.
Larry was torturing him. Dominique was torturing me on when he had the ball.
This is a type of game of who's going to blink first.
Wilkins responds.
What a game.
That fourth quarter, maybe the best fourth quarter as far as mano of all time.
Between the two of them.
Yeah, it was like just the two of them was going on. Willis the one that started it.
You know, it was crazy too because it's rare in a game.
Woke Bird up, Larry Legend.
Right.
That was one of the few games I was saying.
Woke Larry
This
Legend
was a hell of a game.
That's
right
mad
now.
crazy.
It was a hell of a game.
And what's even more impressive is that in those 1988 playoffs, Larry Bird had painful bone spurs in both feet that were so bad that he didn't even play the following season because he had to get surgery on both feet. And though Larry Bird played a few more seasons, this injury essentially ended Larry Bird's dominant career as we knew it because he was never the same again. However, on this night, with two bad feet, Larry Bird disregarded the pain and went shot for shot with one of the greatest scorers of all time, and once again proved why he's the toughest player in NBA history.
In '88, we were banged up a little bit. Matter of fact, the great story about this series is I remember before this big game against Dominique that Larry was out shooting, and I was out shooting early at one end of the court. Larry was down at the other end, and I noticed that Larry was down there like shooting left-handed jump hooks from like 12, 15 feet. Now, he made left-handed shots, but I saw him shooting right-handed jump hooks from 12 or 15 feet. And I went down there and go like, what are you doing? He goes, my Achilles tendons are killing me. My step back it won't work tonight. I need that jump hook. And he made something that game. I mean, it's just unbelievable. That just tells you his confidence and tells you what kind of a player he was, just to have a game plan of what shots he was going to make that night.
He said, this shot not going to work. I got to do something else.
Stays with him, and the foul is called. The continuation.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him with these jump hooks.
Yeah, I'm going to use these jump hooks tonight. Just use these jump hooks tonight.
That's a crazy shot.
He didn't even watch it go in.
To watch him just gut it out.
He didn't even look.
He
floated over that dude too.
To even finish that game, let alone score 20 in the fourth quarter of a game 7 is mind-boggling to me.
Man, he was doing a little bit of everything. I don't know really what he was doing in that fourth quarter, but the stuff that he was doing, it was unbelievable, man. I mean, he was throwing left-hand shots, running hooks. His game was at another level. We was trying to match each other's will, and so it was just a game who was going to hit first.
Anywhere on the court.
And the duel continues. 42 for Wilkins, 30 for Bird. It's 112-107 Boston.
It was probably like 30, 40 seconds to go in the game. But I remember he said, we both deserve to win, but somebody got to go home.
112-109, 47 seconds.
We played hard, but somebody got to lose this game, bro.
A must here for the Hawks.
They knew who was going to get the ball. It's like Robert Parrish always said, 40,000 eyes on Larry Bird because they knew he was going to get the ball. And we knew it, our opponents knew it, now it's just up to them to stop it.
Johnson gets it into Bird, and Wilkins is there. Bird comes free.
Hey!
Hey! You are watching with greatness.
Boom, spin off on him.
Get off!
We began the broadcast by telling you about Larry Bird, who following the Game 6 victory by the Celtics in Atlanta, guaranteed
just
a win in
everything
number 7,
him.
saying
And that's
winning
Willis.
their chance by losing number 6. Larry Bird started the game slowly, but here in the fourth period, he has shown you why he's a future Hall of Famer. 20 points this quarter. He is 9 of 10 in this period. He has hit his last 6 field goals, and as far as Larry Bird is concerned, it's Detroit, here we come. The miss, and that's it. Boston 118.
Larry took over.
116.
I mean, that was one of the greatest performances I've seen from a guy in those circumstances. You're talking about 7th game of the playoffs.
He want to be physical, start playing mind games.
He did in that 4th quarter. Man, to his credit,
he start playing mind games.
The Celtics and put him on his back, and pretty much that was it.
Y'all lost the game.
That's the end of that thing. Yeah, Dominique and them lost that game.
Yeah, talk smack to Larry Legend.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
He want to talk smack to dog.
I'm not even gonna lie. The biggest thing for me is not like the fact that he woke up the dragon.
He woke up the dragon.
These seasons right here, and them two that why he changed up the shots, did the running hooks because his Achilles tendons was hurt. Bro, them latter seasons of his career, he was like super injured, bro. Back injuries. So he balling like this. Everything hurts.
Still dragging. Killing niggas.
Still injured. Killing them. And on top of that, the people he playing against, they 100%. Bro, that is insane. Like, he was legend.
Ball Willis was swole.
Legend.
Ball Willis had some big shoulders.
He really made them look stupid. And Willis, honestly, Willis did that to himself. Willis made himself look dumb.
I don't know why Willis would made him do that.
Like he was just feeling it. He thought, oh man, you see somebody off, they quiet.
Poke this man in the chest.
Oh, he not feeling it. Let me mess with him. Let me play my head games. Poke him, boop. Ball eyes opened up. What? Ball just poke me, bro?
Man,
you gonna try to poke me in front of our fans? It's up.
That's funny, bro.
Nah, I liked this story. This story was funny, bro. I think Will is a total clown for that. Like, you did that. Honestly, you literally possibly made your team lose the series. Because if Larry wouldn't have woke up, y'all probably would have won the series.
You gotta put the blame on him. It most definitely is his fault. It is most definitely his fault they lost. Yeah. His fault they lost.
This was definitely one of them times where coach had to, like, he should have lost a contract. Are you off the team next season just for that?
Trade that boy.
Just for that. Like,
trade that boy. Don't even trade him. Waive him. Wave Willis. Wave Willis, man. What's wrong with Willis?
He said, don't try to wave him. Wave him. Calm as hell.
Just drop him.
Just drop him. He deserves it.
He deserves this.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. This was another good story. I can't wait to get to the next story. I know y'all be liking to see a lot of these, so make sure y'all drop in the comments. If y'all want to see a specific one, let us know what it is. Drop it down in the comments. Send the link. We're gonna be checking it out, bro. I appreciate y'all rocking with us. We trying to do great things. So if you're new to the content, make sure you're subscribing and you're liking the video. It's right there at the bottom. Like, subscribe, hit that post notification bell. It's all free. You're just helping us to grow for real. So do that for your boy. You know what I'm saying?
Show some love.
Show some love. And y'all always show a lot of love for the bird videos. So we're gonna be coming back with a lot of these for y'all soon. So let's go, man. Let's grow. We're trying to get to hundreds of thousands of subscribers. We can't do it without y'all. So let's get it. We out, you dig?